This program is proudly brought to you by Dragnet, your #1 online pharmacy, and the Pharmaceutical Society of Ghana, supported by Seafort, your best vitamin C supplement from Samuel's Pharma.
Everyone, we are super excited to come your way with another educating episode of Ask Your Pharmacist. You know, with Ask Your Pharmacist, we grant you the necessary education you need to start your week right. So, if you missed any of our episodes, please go on YouTube at Dragnet TV, like, share, and subscribe, and keep yourself updated. Remember, this show is proudly brought to you by Dragnet, your #1 online pharmacy. With Dragnet, you can always upload your prescriptions, talk to a pharmacist, and have it delivered to you wherever you are. Dragnet can assure you of convenient, affordable drugs and quality. Dragnet, your #1 online pharmacy. This is also brought to you by the Pharmaceutical Society of Ghana and Tema Christian Eye Center. If you are looking for an eye facility that can grant you all the comprehensive eye care services with skilled and experienced doctors, Tema Christian Eye Center is the place to go. They have exceptional services that you need to stay healthy. Remember, you can locate Tema Christian Eye Center at Tema Community 1, adjacent the St. Paul Methodist Church, or you can call them on 024-371-7468. Tema Christian Eye Center, changing lives through proper eye care. This show is supported by Seafort, the best vitamin C plus zinc from Samuel's Pharma. Many thanks to our media partners, ETV Ghana and GH1 Television. We are going on a quick break. The show continues after this break.
Are you tired of roaming for your medications and can't find them? Sick and alone and can't get anyone to get your drugs? Do you need to talk to a pharmacist? Or do you feel uncomfortable when buying certain drugs from the pharmacy? Do you want your drugs to be delivered to you at the comfort of your own home or office? Then it's time to download the Dragnet app, spelled DRUGNET, from the Play Store or the App Store to enjoy total convenience. Use Dragnet, your #1 online pharmacy. For further inquiries on Dragnet, call 02400244455.
Memamo akwa abadeba Tema Christian Eye Center ayehwe enihu apomudin sam nyina seye akwala seye penyin yewo a doctor for kukudam a wombe to womobo ayem pensen mu ne hwehwemu ansana yehu nia ehaweni no yaye niese seye deboa ma wonso weni ne ho tono yewo nro apapapa ewa ha a chese ye hwe a ubenya ne nyina bi wa ha se efa no ahwehweniwa a friend lenses enso a yewo quality lenses any frames.
This center is devoted to eye care. We treat patients with all types of eye diseases here: cataracts, glaucoma, refractive errors, and retinal issues. I am a glaucoma specialist here at the Tema Christian Eye Center, seeing patients particularly with glaucoma and cataracts.
Yeah, wo Tema Committee 1 ye be Methodist sorry no ye ejuma fiti ejuada ye Monday kopem memninda Saturday.
Tema Christian Eye Center, changing lives through proper eye care.
Welcome back. You are watching Ask Your Pharmacist. Today we are coming to you from Kwabenya, and our guest pharmacist is Dr. Said Kweku Ofei Jr. He is a pharmacist at the Kolebu Teaching Hospital, and our topic for discussion is drug-drug interaction. Doc, how are you?
I'm good by God's grace. How about you?
I'm doing very well. So what is it about drug-drug interaction that we need the general public to be very mindful or aware of?
Okay, so today we are looking at drug interactions. And when you talk about drug interactions, we have 3 types, or you could even have more. So we have the drug-drug interaction, we have the drug-food interaction, then we have the drug-disease interaction. So today we will be narrowing it down to drug-drug interaction. So basically, when you talk about drug-drug interaction, it simply means they are taking 2 or more drugs concurrently or together, and they interacting, possibly also causing some sort of effect in your body. So that is drug-drug interaction. Today we are looking at the topic drug-drug interaction. Ask me any question concerning the topic.
All right. I believe that malaria has been one of the deadliest diseases happening or maybe disturbing the peaceful mindset of what Ghanaians. Well, I had malaria. Then I want to ask, I bought Masada. It is a herbal medicine. Do I need to add any other orthodox drug or not?
So what happens is that usually there are interactions among drugs. Drugs do interact, okay? So even if you are taking orthodox medication and you are taking 2 or more drugs, then there's the likelihood that the drugs can interact. That is how drugs work. So if you are taking Masada, okay, which is a herbal preparation, and at the same time you are taking the orthodox medication, then they can interact. But and I know you share topic you can focus say drug interaction, and I say in no afra. In the best more question be no be sound me normal.
Me pacho me akwenya me woni say e bia na me wo pressure na makwakọ je bibiduro na bibiduro no me no no me hu say ne a me pressure ne sitie na wo say e ba normal no me nya ne sa nti me call hospital akọje hospital eduru a me no but me no no nso no masan ade abibiduro no nso me san enum eno so counting pese me bisa say na sa no in fact ben na edeba.
Okay, eba na sa na say effect pa because okase no moka say operation no wasoro na ofa emibiduro ma operation no eden abafom nti na adwuma ebibiduro ye no say the operation na abafom na wasa call hospital na doctor true enroma ho abrafuduro no say the operation na eden abafom nti ofa no mienu nyina ma operation no abafom bebre enkoboa operation na abafom bebre den sanso so bebre ebaba ntimi mamoja ntimi endi afro sani yie enkokoko obebi nti abetimi ede ahoba
sepa ana eye akwanya ya mudi amame mewo adamfo bi a ono nso face the same problem a ono no fa mienu ne nyina no na se ni awo chirechire ma pressure no ko from pa but ewie chire no nso enye nyame a nka yante asempa ntine yadamu ase ene nchirechire ya mo aba mo chirechire yen enso ebehwe se ye ba bi ye ya na se bibiduru ene ebe no mo a ye behwe so anum bibiduru no na se hospital nso ne ebe kwa ye behwe se ebe ko hospital ni anum abrafunduru no na ye enum emixe ema no nkofa problem bia embre yen
question person busa say doctor obi o ha de tie ne ya obekoto krikashin obekoto pala APC na de no anom stay an honto no timbesim busa say nro na watoto a wanom na ne ho anto na so ogusu a wo nom no ensunsuanso ebe na obinya ewo dachi
okay until obetime onyan ensunsuanso bebre because osi utipaio and offer quick action offer APC and offer para any ade offer a bit say APC no any now ma aspirin do be fena aspirin and a pinia paracetamol and a senior caffeine offer dowe what's offer okay action what's offer para e dey aka ho nti ba na sana para na ho de na wosoro ewom no e ma no kwosoro nti do bia so e side effect o he paracetamol say it may affect liver no nti o kika san no menu we abom no e fa no e dey nsuso so be na e beba ebetimi affect liver no sana medical e kan no side effect be say bia nausea vomiting na dey a yetimi hu no what I say nti para no parampo ahun say normal para no o fa na dodo a etimi kra e dey nsuso so be ba etimi de kokoma e na o sa se so say bia nipa ne ti pine sa wa fa para na enko e bi kwa na nye etibaye keke e bia na obipi no e kosoro what I say na bia o fa para na bia wo hu to then no sa na wo so otimi ren o ko hospital o ko hu doctor yetimi hwehwe mu ne hu de ye wo na doctor e tro duro e ma na enkeka nu bebre eren embom because e won sunsanso a betimi aha obody no ana nipadia no anete.
That's it.
Thank you so much for staying tuned. You are watching Ask Your Pharmacist, and today we are discussing drug interaction. So what role does the pharmacist play in this instance?
Okay, so today we are looking at drug interaction. So the pharmacists play a crucial role in this topic, in the sense that even in the hospital setting, doing ward ones where a pharmacist is there and a patient may be taking 2 or more drugs, and let's say one is interacting with the other, then the pharmacist could come in, and if there are any potential thing that is going to result from taking 2 or more medication, then the pharmacist can advise the team as such. Even in the pharmacy setting, whether in the hospital or in the community, where you are taking 2 or more drugs, you get your prescription filled by a doctor. When you walk in to the pharmacy, the pharmacist take the prescription, look at it, and serve the medications. So sometimes, because the patient is taking 2 or more drugs, there's that tendency that you are going to be interactions. As the number of drugs increases, then the likelihood of interaction also increases. So the pharmacist would have to look at it and use his clinical judgment, and based on the understanding that he has on the medication, if there are any interaction, he's going to inform you. If you have to do any separation from one drug to the other, he would have to inform you. If you have to finish one drug before you have to continue the other one, then he would have to advise you appropriately. So the pharmacists play a crucial role when it comes to drug-drug interaction. It's more or less like the link between the doctor and the patient, or let's say the prescription and the patient. And the pharmacists play a significant role in this topic that we are looking at today. So that's what
Okay, I love the sound of that. But at what point is it okay for somebody to be taking more than 2 medications?
the person may have conditions or 2 or more conditions, and based on that, the person may be given, let's say, drug A for a particular condition and drug B for a particular condition. So depending on what you're having, then they can give you 2 or more medications. You could have, let's say, malaria and typhoid together. Their treatment is different. So in that case, you can be given 2 or more drugs to manage the conditions.
And you have to be taking that at the same time, or you'll be given specific direction towards that?
With that instance, mostly it's taken together based on the drugs or the list of medication that has been prescribed. Then I'll know what you have to do about it, whether you have to advise the patient to separate or take it together, or whatever it is you advise the patient as such.
Well, I'm very concerned about that, because sometimes you go to the hospitals. Well, I've had relatives call me and be like, "Me go hospital and doctor say me go to way." And sometimes they don't get more education on the meds. And when you look at the prescription, it's like tons of medications on that. So at that point, what role does a pharmacist do? I know you did mention that you are able to decipher between which one is, best for the patient. But let's say a viewer who is watching and probably is experiencing that, how would the pharmacist come through for them?
The pharmacist, like I said, is playing a very important role. So the doctor's work is very cumbersome. Okay, the doctor can advise you and tell you certain things about the medication, but he may not be able to go into detail, because he knows that definitely the prescription is going to end up in the pharmacy. You are going to encounter a pharmacist who is going to take you through the medication. If there's any advice, anything regarding your drug, the drug food, the drug condition, he's going to advise you on that, and he's going to counsel you on that, on how to take your medication to the benefits of you, the individual, or the patient. So that's the role that the pharmacist play in this case.
This is just a funny question, but is it possible that a doctor can prescribe, it gets to the pharmacy, then you'll be like, "No, I'm not recommending this for you"?
Yes, I mean, there can be that instance where you bring a prescription, the pharmacist does not agree. But in most cases, what the pharmacist does is that if he has seen something wrong with the prescription, or something that he does not agree with, he can just contact the hospital or the doctor, the prescriber, and speak to him about it. If the doctor says that he still wants the medication to be served, then the medication can be served. But the pharmacist would have to, say his view about what he thinks about it to the doctor. Then they can discuss and decide on what to do. So sometimes it can happen like that, but it just happens, and we work our way around it. Yeah.
Okay, viewers, just so you know, a pharmacist, they are the custodian of drugs. So when it comes to anything drugs, always trust your pharmacist. All right, Farm, so walk us through the side effects of drug-drug interaction.
Okay, so the side effects of drug-drug interaction is very cumbersome, because when you are taking 2 or more drugs, or let's say there's drug interaction, the effect of the drug is either increase or decrease, because you are combining 2 or more drugs. Also, one drug can potentiate the side effects of another drug. So let's say you're just taking one medication, the side effect that you may have gotten from taking that particular medication will not be the same when you combine it with the other. So these are some of the effects that you can get. Some people end up taking certain medication and, let's say, walk and go and buy over-the-counter medication. And this product, I just interviewed one guy and he was saying he's taking quick action APC. APC contains paracetamol. Also, in addition, he's taking paracetamol. So you're increasing the dose of paracetamol, increasing the side effects, damaging your liver, and at a long run, it can even send you into coma. It has a very, detrimental effect. If you are taking 2 or more drugs and the effects are pronounced, you may end up being hospitalized.
How deadly is it? Could it be to the point where somebody could lose a life?
Yes, very, very. Like I said, even paracetamol, when you take it at above certain doses, you can even end up in coma. So it's very deadly. This thing I'm talking about is very serious. You have to take it serious access. Yes.
Yeah, there you heard it. Very, very serious. More to the reason why you should always ask your pharmacist if you are not too sure. All right, this is getting very interesting, but I would want us to go on a quick break. We would come back and deal with practical examples just so you'll be certain about this topic area. We'll be right back.
Hey Kofi, are you coming to the party? Everyone is here.
Oh, Mido, I'm not well low and I feel too weak to go out and get drugs.
Oh Kofi, why the hassle? You can order all your drugs on the Dragnet app.
Dragnet app?
Yes, Dragnet app. I don't stress myself any longer. I just go on the app and upload all my prescriptions or call the pharmacist on the app and my drugs are sent to me at a fee of only 5 cedis.
Wow, this is amazing. I feel better already.
It's time to download the Dragnet app on Google Play Store or the App Store and enjoy total convenience.
Dragnet, your number 1 online pharmacy.
Memamo akwa badeba tama Christian Eye Center a share enihu apomudin sam nyina seye akwala seye penyin yewo a doctor for kukudam a wombe to womobo ayem pensem mu nhwehwemu ansana yehu nia ehawe ni no yaye niese seye de boa ma wonso wenin ne hotono yewo ndro apapapa ewa ha a chese ye hwe a ubenya ni nyina bi wa ha se efa no ahwehweniwa a friend lenses enso a your quality lenses, any frames.
This center is devoted to eye care. We treat patients with all types of eye diseases here: cataracts, glaucoma, refractive errors, and retinal issues. I am a glaucoma specialist here at the Tema Christian Eye Center, seeing patients particularly with glaucoma and cataracts.
Yeah, wo Tema Committee 1. Ye be Methodist sorry no. Ye juma fiti ajwada Monday kopem memninda Saturday.
Tema Christian Eye Center, changing lives through proper eye care.
Thank you so much for staying tuned. You are watching Ask Your Pharmacist, and today we are discussing drug-drug interaction. All right, so we left off talking about the side effects, which you did hear was very, very deadly. So we are back and we want to discuss more. So Fom, can you give us some practical examples of drug-drug interactions?
Okay, so first of all, this area is a very technical one, so I want to make it as simple as possible. There are many drug-drug interactions that we encounter day in and day out, both in the ward and also in the pharmacy. So you could have a patient taking, let's say, a drug called acesulfide dinitrate, which is usually used for angina. It can be used for angina. And the patient also walks to, let's say, the pharmacy to get Viagra. Okay, Viagra is good, but taking these 2 medications together, could bring your BP very down, and that could be very harmful to you. A patient can be taking, let's say, a drug that's usually, say, Flagyl. They come to the pharmacy to get. But when you are taking Flagyl, studies have shown that when you take it together with alcohol, then it could have a certain reaction that we call disulfiram-like reaction. Okay, so this and many other things that you can find. Sometimes a patient come to buy a drug like ciprofloxacin, and we are saying that do not take it with any divalent or trivalent, molecule, because when you take this product together with the cipro, then it could chelate the drug. What is why it binds to the drug, so the drug will not be effectively be able to absorb into your bloodstream to elicit its action that it has to. So there are many examples that we usually find in a pharmacy. Patients may be taking something like potassium citrate, at the same time taking a drug like spironolactone. These 2 drugs can increase your potassium level, what we call hyperkalemia, and affecting your heart, causing arrhythmia and all that. So these are some of the things that we take. Some patients, these days you usually see patients walking in the pharmacy wanting to get medications like the oral contraceptive pills. Okay, the patients may be taking certain antibiotics, but taking those antibiotics together with the oral contraceptive can decrease the effect of the oral contraceptive, and you may not know. So you have to tell your pharmacist the medication that you are taking so that he will advise you appropriately. If the example that you're looking at right now, if you take that particular antibiotic together with, let's say, your OCP, we call it OCP, then you may end up, decreasing the effects. You wanted to prevent pregnancy. Along while you may not be able to prevent your pregnancy, then you end up being pregnant. You say that the drug wasn't effective, but then the drug is effective, but you didn't use it appropriately. So that is why it's important that you always have to, seek the counseling and services of your pharmacy before taking your medications. So
Wow, that was very, very educated. Okay, so let's talk about orthodox and herbal medications. Sometimes people feel as though you can take herbal medicine and not really have any drug-drug interaction. What's your take on that?
Some of these herbal products, they extract some of the chemicals from them and use in making these orthodox medications. So the principle is the same. You are taking herbal medication, you are taking your orthodox medication together. Definitely, once they are 3 or 2 or more, they are going to interact. You do always want to speak to your doctor. You always want to speak to your pharmacist. Tell him or her the medications that you are taking, because they do interact. You can be interacting, and the effect is good. Is not going to be that good.
Right. So in case you are taking certain medications and you are not too sure, you can carry it with you to the hospital or to your pharmacist. They will look at it and make sure they give you the needed information. All right, so it's time for a social media question, and the question is: I am diabetic and hypertensive. I'm currently taking 7 different drugs that at times I get so worried. Should I be worried taking all these 7 drugs?
You shouldn't be so worried taking 7 medications because of your condition. That is why you may be taking those number of drugs. That is why, like I said, your doctor wouldn't give you something that is going to harm you. So it is because the 7 drugs is beneficial to you. So it's passed to the doctor has prescribed it will get your pharmacist, and the pharmacist is going to sell. If there are any problems with it, the pharmacist will communicate with the doctor, and whatever it is, they will discuss and help you. So you shouldn't be worried. 7 drugs is possible, can be taken, and there can be no interaction. But we are saying that it should pass through the proper channel. Do not do it on your own, because they may be interacting without your knowledge. So once it has been prescribed by a doctor, once it was seen and served by your pharmacist, then it means that the 7 drug has no interaction, and it's appropriate that you can take the 7 medications together. So you shouldn't worry at all. Yeah.
Okay, then you should not be worried if you're taking 7 medications, especially if it's coming from your doctor or your pharmacist. All right, now, so what is your final words to our viewers on drug-drug interactions?
So we want to admonish the public that the pharmacy is the pharmacy. Unfortunately, it is not a shop or a supermarket where you can walk in and buy whatever that you want to buy. So when you come there and you are asked certain questions, just cooperate. It is to your benefit. That is why you are being asked those medications. Sometimes it could even be that it's a prescription that you are bringing from the hospital. The pharmacist will have to go through, and he may have some issues. That is why he's asking you, okay, to your benefit. So I want to admonish the public that they should cooperate. Either when they come to the pharmacy or when they encounter health professionals, then they shouldn't take medications on their own. When they are taking 2 or more drugs, they should seek the advice of health professionals, so that if there are anything about it, they can tell them, because their health is very important to us. Okay, so that's what I can say to the public.
Alrighty, so please do not self-medicate and always cooperate with your pharmacist, with your doctors. They are the right people to ensure that whatever you are taking is best for you. Thank you so much. Dose for Healthy Living is up next. Please stay tuned.
Today on Dose for Healthy Living, store your drugs appropriately. Medicine should not be stored in humid and hot places. Storing medicines in such places can affect the potency of the drugs. Most medicines should be kept at room temperature and away from sunlight. Some must be refrigerated. Check with your pharmacist if you are not sure.
Coffee now or hey, a sharp on to an seal.
Madame Yario, and I am renty, minting PM Cotedro.
Oh, coffee, and an hour how home. Uber to me at all, no, you know, what dragnet up no so I won't 209.
Dragnet?
Ah, name dragnet, me, I'm a home be a woo. And one is a macro up no so na much in ram here, you know. And I'm a friend from masters, no, na Jimmy, or the no, you know, by Bremen, I watch me 5 CDs pet.
And you just where the mammy want to be put at that.
Emerson, Also download the Dragnet app free Google Play Store and App Store nenya ahotoso papa bi. Dragnet app bear for the tombia edi kankra.
Memamo akwa abadeba tama Christian Eye Center a yehwe enihu apomudin sam nyina seye akwala seye penyin yewo a doctor for kukudam a wombe to womobo ayem pensen mu nhwehwemu ansana yehu nia ehaweni no yaye niese seye de boa ma wonso weni ne hotono yewo ndro apapapa ewa ha a chese yehwe wi a ubenya ne nyina bi wa ha se efa no ahwehweniwa a friend lenses enso a your quality lenses, any frames.
This center is devoted to eye care. We treat patients with all types of eye diseases here: cataracts, glaucoma, refractive errors, and retinal issues. I am a glaucoma specialist here at the Tema Christian Eye Center, seeing patients particularly with glaucoma and cataracts.
Yeah, wo Tema Committee 1. Ye be Methodist sorry no. Ye juma fiti ajwada ye Monday kopem memninda Saturday.
Tema Christian Eye Center, changing lives through proper eye care.
Alrighty now, so this is where we draw today's curtains on Ask Your Pharmacist. I really did hope you learned a lot about drug-drug interaction. Please remember to always ask your pharmacist if you are not too sure. This show was brought to you by Dragnet. You can download the Dragnet app on Google Play Store or the App Store. Order all your medications, speak to a pharmacist, upload your prescriptions, and have it delivered to you wherever you are. Dragnet assures you of quality, convenience, and affordable drugs. Dragnet, your #1 online pharmacy. This show was also brought to you by the Pharmaceutical Society of Ghana and Tema Christian Eye Center. If you are looking for an eye care center that has a comprehensive eye care services with skilled and experienced doctors, please contact Tema Christian Eye Center on 024-371-7468 or locate them at Tema Community 1, HSN, the St. Paul Methodist Church. Tema Christian Eye Center, changing lives through proper eye care. This show was supported by Vitc-Fort, the best vitamin C plus zinc from Samus Pharma. Many thanks to our media partners, ETV Ghana and GH1 Television. Need I remember you that if you missed any of our episodes, please go on YouTube at Dragnet TV, like, share, comment, and subscribe. My name is Peggy Sanuel, and like I always say, whatever that goes inside of you is merely irreversible. Always ask your pharmacist. I will be coming to your neighborhood. Until then, please be safe, and it's bye-bye for now.